When I'm out working with medical sales teams, doing workshops, giving keynote presentations, I often ask the question, so tell me, healthcare is changing. What's your biggest challenge? And invariably, many people will always say, getting past the gatekeeper. Today, successful salespeople are still having a hard time getting past the gatekeeper. Why is that? Well, I think the problem why people have a difficult time getting past the gatekeeper is because they sound like every other sales rep who comes into the doctor's office or the hospital, the department head, whatever the case may be. Let me ask you something, and be honest. When you woke up this morning, did you say, man, what a great day. I hope somebody tries to sell me something today? Probably not. Furthest thing from your mind. It's not that you wouldn't listen to a sales presentation. It's just that you have other things on your mind. It's not at the top of your list. It's the same thing with your customers. They didn't wake up this morning or the next morning or any morning thinking, I want to buy something today. I hope a salesman comes by my office and tries to sell me a medical device or a new pharmaceutical or whatever. They're focusing on their world. So they tell their gatekeepers, if a salesperson comes in, don't let them interrupt my day. Your job is to keep them out of my office. So that's the gatekeeper's job, to keep salespeople out of the office. So if you walk into the office and you look like a salesperson, if you act like a salesperson, or if you even smell like a salesperson because you're putting on too much cologne or perfume, maybe to try and win over the gatekeeper, or even the customer by smelling good, I don't think it's going to work. But if you meet any of those criteria, the gatekeeper is going to label you as a salesperson and say, I'm sorry, the doctor's busy. He's seeing patients. He doesn't see salespeople. Leave some information, and if the doctor's interested, he'll get back to you. Chances are you've heard some of these responses. So here's the thing. You see, the doctor, the customer, whoever it is, they're not thinking about buying your product. What are they thinking about? They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about dealing with their problems, taking care of their agenda. So how do you get through to them? You have to be able to interrupt their thinking with something that they're already thinking about. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but a lot of things make sense to me. If you talk to them about how they can, for example, reduce risk, you're going to have their attention a little bit more than just talking about their product. If you talk to them about how they can save time, if you talk to them about how they can produce a better patient outcome that they might not be getting now, you'll get their attention. Now, of course, you still have to be able to get past the gatekeeper to do this, but the first rule is don't get in front of the gatekeeper and act like every other salesperson that comes into the office. Be different. Let the gatekeeper feel that you have something that is going to impact her boss's life favorably, something that's going to help the boss's patients to get better more quickly, to save money, to reduce risk. And she'll feel like, well, maybe you're one who is worthy of getting through. Now, this is a simple concept, but I know it's not easy. You have to work at it. You have to be able to articulate your sales message, not only to the customer, but also to the gatekeeper. What's in it for her? What's in it for the gatekeeper if she lets you through the door and into the office to see her boss? Is she going to look good? Or is she going to be violating the doctor's rule which said, don't let salespeople in here? Your goal is to start sounding different. Sound like a professional. Sound like someone who the customer would want to talk to. And then the gatekeeper is going to feel more comfortable about letting you through the door. Does it make sense? Well, if it does, do it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Mace Harlow.